And my topic to discuss with you today has to do with automobile insurance. And I want to spend 3 minutes explaining to you how to read and understand your automobile insurance policy. Insurance policies are broken down basically into 4 broad categories. The first category that applies is typically called liability. The liability portion of your automobile insurance policy protects you in the event that you're sued or a claim is brought against you as a result of your negligence in causing an accident. That coverage will protect you and your assets in the event that you have a claim that is brought against you in a court of law, including providing a lawyer to represent you free of charge covered under your policy. It's important when you take out your policy that you consider your status in life and what level of protection that you need. So liability limits can vary from the minimum under California law of $15,000, which is very, very minor, up to over $1 million in coverage if you deem necessary. You may also consider what's called an umbrella policy, which takes you even beyond the underlying limits in your policy to protect you in a much higher degree of protection under California law. The other category that you need to pay attention to in your automobile policy is called medical, sometimes called medical payments coverage. Medical payments typically range from a low of $1,000 up to, in some cases, $25,000 worth of protection. This coverage protects you and your loved ones in the event that you suffer an injury in an automobile accident. There's no issue of fault in medical protection. It's simply available to you or the occupants of your car if there's an accident that results in injuries. The other added benefit that distinguishes it from your health insurance policy, perhaps, is that you get to pick your own doctor. You can go to any doctor you choose. You merely submit the bills to your insurance company, and they're required to pay up to that limit that you've purchased. The next category under your policy you want to pay attention to is called physical damage. Physical damage coverage applies to damage done to your vehicle or the contents of your vehicle in the event of either an accident or even an act of nature. For example, in a windstorm where a tree might blow down onto the top of your car, then damage to your car and the contents would also be covered under that portion of your policy. Again, it's up to you to pick the level of coverage, and that can be a minimal of perhaps $5,000 up to the actual cash value depending upon what you decide to purchase and the value of your vehicles. The last category, and probably the most important part of your policy in terms of protecting you and your loved ones, is called uninsured motorist. The uninsured motorist protects you if you're injured or the occupants of your car are injured by another motorist who happens to have no insurance or has inadequate insurance called underinsured coverage. That allows you to make a claim under your own policy to seek benefits including pain and suffering and medical expenses and other damages such as lost wages if you suffer an injury at the hands of someone that carried no insurance or an inadequate amount of insurance. So that's a very important aspect of your coverage to protect you and your loved ones. So in summary, carrying automobile insurance is expensive, but it's very, very important, and it's the law. It's also important to keep your policy current because if you let it lapse, it's going to cost you a lot more money to reinstate the policy rather than to simply renew it. So that's 3 minutes on trying to understand the basic portions of your automobile policy. Here at Thon, Beck, Vanni, Callahan, and Powell, we're happy to provide you with a free consultation if you should have more questions about how to read your insurance policy and what our recommendations might be. So thank you for listening today, and please give us a call at any time.